Across the vast medieval fields, where the wind carried echoes of battles long past, a war destined to last over 100 years began to unfold. England and France, two nations forged by pride and ambition, clashed over more than just territory. They battled for the very right to shape the future of a continent. This was not merely a fight for kingdoms, but an epic tale marked by unlikely heroes, brilliant strategies, and turning points that would resonate through the ages. Have you ever wondered how such a prolonged conflict shaped the history of Europe and the world? Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to discover how the events of the 100 Years' War influenced the world as we know it. A throne in dispute. Rivalries shape France's fate. The 100 Years' War, spanning from 1337 to 1453, was more than a territorial conflict. It was the culmination of rivalries brewing for generations. It all began with a power vacuum on the French throne after the death of Charles IV, the last king of the direct Capetian dynasty. Edward III of England, grandson of Philip IV of France, claimed his right to the French crown, while the Valois dynasty, a new royal line, defended their legitimacy. Beneath the battles lay deep economic tensions, particularly over control of the Flanders region, known for its lucrative wool trade, and a growing sense of national pride. The political chessboard was set, with fragile alliances and intertwined interests, as these two European giants prepared for a conflict that would forever change their destinies. 3 phases of conflict, strategies, and heroes shaped the outcome. The war unfolded in 3 distinct phases, each bringing forth heroes, tragedies, and pivotal moments. The Edwardian phase, from 1337 to 1360, saw Edward III asserting England's power with decisive victories like the Battle of Crécy in 1346, where the strategic use of the English longbow decimated the French knights. At Poitiers in 1356, the Black Prince captured French King John II, delivering a humiliating blow to France. But the Caroline phase, spanning from 1369 to 1389, marked a French resurgence. Led by Bertrand du Guesclin, known as the Black Dog of Brocéliande, the French reclaimed lost territories. Their strategy shifted to patience and attrition, wearing down the English over decades. Finally, the Lancastrian phase, from 1415 to 1453, began with Henry V's bold offensive, epitomized by the iconic victory at Agincourt in 1415, where English archers once again triumphed over French cavalry. However, a new player entered the stage, altering the course of history. If this captivating tale intrigues you, The 100 Years' War by Jonathan Sumption is a must-read. This book delves deeply into the lives of those who lived through this turbulent era, from nobles to peasants. With richly detailed prose, Sumption weaves together military strategies, political intrigues, and cultural impacts, offering unparalleled insight into this epic conflict. It's an essential read for anyone looking to understand the full scope of this transformative war. Maid of Orleans, Faith and Courage that Changed History. At the dawn of 1429, when all seemed lost for France, a figure emerged who would alter the course of war and history. Joan of Arc, the Maid of Orleans. At just 17, guided by divine visions, she took it upon herself to save France from collapse. It was a dark time. France was divided. Vast territories were under English control, and the people were bereft of hope. Yet Joan brought something that neither weapons nor armies could deliver: unwavering faith and contagious courage. Under her leadership, the siege of Orleans was broken in a mere 9 days. a stunning victory that reignited the French spirit. Her presence on the battlefield was far more than symbolic. It inspired soldiers to fight with renewed vigor. Following the triumph at Orléans, Joan accompanied Charles VII to Reims, where he was crowned King of France, a moment that solidified his legitimacy and strengthened the French cause. But Joan's glory came at a heavy cost. Captured by English allies in 1430, she faced an unjust trial and was burned as a heretic the following year, sealing her legend and immortalizing her bravery. Joan of Arc's story is the beating heart of this conflict, a reminder that even the darkest battles can be transformed by the determination of one individual. Yet, as victory seemed within reach, the war was far from over. Twilight of the war, a victory that reborn France. With Joan of Arc's sacrifice, the tide of the 100 Years' War began to turn irreversibly. Inspired by her memory, the French united under Charles VII's leadership. He reorganized the army, implemented military reforms, and reasserted France's sovereignty. Decisive battles, such as Formigny in 1450 and Castillon in 1453, sealed the French victory, forcing the English to retreat from the continent, save for Calais. For England, the war's aftermath brought exhaustion and internal strife, paving the way for the bloody Wars of the Roses. For France, the victory was not merely military, but also cultural and national, marking the rebirth of a unified kingdom. The war's end symbolized the twilight of the medieval era and the dawn of the Renaissance, ushering in an age of renewal and transformation. Light in darkness, the eternal legacy of faith and courage. The 100 Years' War was not merely a struggle for territories. It was a crucible in which national identities were forged. For France, victory signified the birth of a unified nation, with strengthened monarchy and the fall of the feudal order. For England, defeat prompted a period of introspection and internal reform, culminating in the turbulent Wars of the Roses. Yet the war also introduced military, economic, and societal innovations that shaped Europe's future. Perhaps the greatest legacy, however, lies in the story of figures like Joan of Arc, whose unwavering determination inspired an entire nation. Her faith and courage transcended the centuries, proving that even in the darkest times, the light of hope can shine brilliantly. And you, what lessons can you draw from this epic tale of struggle, resilience, and transformation? If this historical journey resonated with you, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to uncover more stories that change the world. After all, the past always has something to teach us about the future. Until next time.